Sooner Football with Brent Venables is brought to you by Integris Health, your health partner for life.
Every one of you guys putting that freaking jersey on, you guys have made the decision to work, to improve, to get better, to kick the door in, to believe, to respond. That's what you guys have chosen to do. I didn't make one freaking tackle tonight. No coach made any freaking catches tonight. Didn't block nobody. You guys made a decision, okay, that you weren't going to leave that field, okay, without a win. Okay, our last two home games sitting in front of us. And we need to get our bodies right. We need to get our mind right. And hey, listen, this is going to be the true test of how hungry this football team is. Okay? Humble, hungry, driven.
Well, hi, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Sooner Football with Brent Venables, brought to you by Integris Health. Road Dogs, Coach. You said it right there to your team after the game in the locker room. What a win, 23-21 over Alabama in Tuscaloosa. Let me start by just congratulating you.
Yeah, thank you.
What a 3-week stretch for your team.
Yeah, it was fun to watch our guys compete and just exhaust themselves in the moment. And, and I told them last Monday, it takes a week to beat somebody. You don't beat them on Saturday. You beat them with a daily mindset and daily workload, a daily commitment, and the sum of all of that, by the end of the week, man, you've put the work in, you've prepared, you should be confident, you should play aggressively, and nothing's going to come easy. Mm-hmm. And when everything gets easier when you stop expecting it to be easy. And I think that's a mindset that our guys have really grasped onto. And again, it's not a beauty pageant. I don't like defending, winning or being successful. Not that we've, like we've done it all the times either. I'm not there, but I just want to make sure, like, our players don't ever buy into the fact that it's supposed to, we're supposed to go up and down the field and stop them every time they have the ball and, get 12 turnovers and don't ever turn it over and just, the other team doesn't have a pulse, but football is not a beauty pageant, and so. But really, just thankful for the players' strain and effort, toughness, the resolve, that it takes to go do what they've done.
The defense, especially in the second half, was beautiful. Your special teams was beautiful. I know that. Let's talk about your defense. You go into the game without R. Mason Thomas. First half, you played well. You got the pick six, but Ty Simpson started to move the ball there in the second quarter and the opening drive of the second half. What did you change, if anything, defensively there to kind of turn off the spigot on what they were doing offensively?
Yeah, we did a few things different up front. We did pressure a little more in the second half overall, and then we changed up a couple of coverages, started leaning in on some of the other coverages that we got into a good rhythm after, again, the first drive. And to me, there's some plays within a couple of their longer drives that they did an excellent job. They were a good football team. Yeah. Ty Simpson's had one interception in 400 attempts, and there's a lot of people's Heisman favorite. He's an excellent player, and they've got great players around him, really good coaches and schemes. But we gave up some stuff where Oklahoma's beating Oklahoma and extended some of those drives, but that's football too. Mm-hmm. And so I'm not saying woulda, coulda, shoulda, but once we made just a couple of slight corrections at the first drive of the third quarter, we really got into a great rhythm, in really all three phases, even though the offense didn't score any touchdowns in the second half, but put together a couple field goal drives and just played some complimentary football. Even if you got a punt, you're playing against, the number 4 ranked team in the country at their place. And again, a very highly talented roster in all three phases. And so they're going to have some resistance to what you're doing too.
Final possession, from your perspective. Grayson Miller pins him at the 6-yard line. I don't think we knew at the time that would be the final possession, but as it starts to unfold, it becomes obvious this is it. This is the ball game. What is your thinking defensively there?
Yeah, I mean, it's get them into some negative plays. And, you don't do anything stupid where you give up something cheap behind you, but how can we, get them into some negative plays to put a lot of pressure on them? And how can we get them to burn a timeout or two? So we were able to kind of do both, and we got a sack, and we got 2 sacks. Day and Kip both had sacks, and then got them to burn the timeout, and then we got them in third and extra long, and they dumped it, underneath, and we did a good job of tackling them right away. And I think it was maybe 4th and 6, and then just ran. They had a 7-man protection. We had a 5-man pressure, and it was a 3-step game. So the pressure was okay, but the quarterback's still going to feel it. Every gap's kind of covered, and Peyton did a really good job of being patient and having good fundamentals and technique at the top of the route. That was a route that they had gone to a lot. 17 was their guy, freshman, very good player. He's excellent in space, but he ran a little choice route there underneath us, and Peyton did a fantastic job of, driving on. It's a little bit behind him, and we're in great position inside out, not giving up anything inside, making it a harder throw.
Next segment, I want to break down, your special teams and some other players, but big picture here. What you guys did the last 3 weeks, 2 road games in front of over 200,000 people combined, 2 great programs as well. What do you think this does? What do you hope this could do for your program?
Yeah, it's affirmation, for us, man. It's going to create another level of buy-in and excitement for these guys to go do the routine, mundane things. Don't get bored with the routine. Don't allow the structure and the Monday, and we kind of name our whole week, right? And, so we got a mental Monday, a Tanoga Tuesday, a working man Wednesday, so forth. Don't let that put you to sleep. And as I started last week, it takes a whole week to beat somebody. And if you don't believe me, just try it.
Try taking a day off.
Yeah, try taking a day off and see how that works for you. So it does anything. It just affirms, what we ask our guys to do, how we prepare, how we recover, the details that matter, the magnitude of all the plays. I think the coaches have done a great job of showing them in these one-possession games why every play matters. And maybe it's the 8th play of the first quarter, and it's a punt return that you sniffed out a fake, or you kept your man from getting to Sategna, and now we got a 35-yard return. And like, some people act like, oh man, if we didn't do this or we didn't do that, if we wouldn't have given up this, well, that's football. All those things matter in the field position game. Your point from a special team standpoint and how we create the buy-in. I mean, we got a lot of young, impressionable guys, and we have this great collection of video evidence to really to prove what we're talking about, to create the buy-in and how much it makes a difference on game day to help us win.
How much fun was that? Oklahoma and Alabama in that venue, those programs, those helmets and everything. I mean, you love this sport as much as we all do. That was just nice.
And like, the stadium was practically full when we got out there from the very beginning, and so
90 minutes before kickoff.
Yeah, just the excitement and the energy in the crowd, and again, our guys' no flinch mentality, the road dog, the aggressiveness, a start the fight mentality. That's, if you don't have that, who's going to do it for you? And everybody's got to fight their own fight. I know we do it together, have each other's back, but man, every player's got to search their own soul, and they got to show up, and they got to be the ones that get nose to nose on people and do the fighting. And our guys have been, incredibly confident in doing so.
Tanoga Tuesday, by the way. Takeaways, no giveaways.
That's right.
3 takeaways, no giveaways.
How about that? And listen, I'm so proud of our guys, because we said 2 things. I said there's going to be an eye test when this game's over, and everybody's going to watch this game is going to talk about the most physical football team, and you're going to leave no doubt. It's either going to be us or it's going to be them. And then the second thing, no other stat matters. It's going to be about turnovers, and they led the SEC, one of the best in the country, and we're in 100 and something, in turnover margin. We've been a little better recently about taking care of the ball and going to get it on defense. Not near where we want to be, and we win it, 3-0. It was amazing, and really just that was the difference, between that and the kicking game. Offense taking care of the ball, defense getting it back, scoring, and that's what I told our team last Monday. I'm like, we beat them 24-3, and here's how it went down. When offense actually, again, a year ago, went down the field on the first drive of the game, and we fumbled in plus territory a year ago, but we were able to overcome it. We ended up winning the margin. We scored on defense and got a couple other short fields, and then we ran the ball for 300 yards on them. And we talked about, again, those two things that are going to, matter most, when this game's all said and done. And that was the difference in the game.
Opening segment brought to you by Dos Equis, the official import beer of OU Athletics. Go for Dos. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. We'll be back to talk more about the Sooners' 23-21 win over Alabama next. You're watching Sooner Football with Brent Venables.
Sooner Football with Brent Venables is brought to you by Integris Health, your health partner for life. This week's game review is brought to you by Groundworks, preferred foundation repair company of the Sooners.
Welcome back, everybody, to Sooner Football with Brent Venables, brought to you by Integris Health. This segment brought to us by Groundworks, the preferred foundation repair company of the Sooners. Let's talk about some of your guys here, Coach. How about the Bowen brothers? Eli gets the pick six. Peyton has the breakup to end the game. Tremendous night.
Yeah, they've both been playing really well, and Eli's kind of getting into a rhythm. Had missed so much time, up until midway here through the season. So that was awesome. I didn't know that he'd have another kind of performance because he played out of his mind against Alabama last year. But he and Robert worked really well together. We knew we'd have the free hitter and the ball would come out hot. We really felt strong the center was going to go to the field off of that presentation, and lo and behold, it was another empty set. Kip Lewis picked six them a year ago out of the empty on a different kind of design, but man, what a effort by so many guys to block for Eli.
Yeah.
Because who knows? Alabama's really good in the red zone, and whether or not we would have been able to score a touchdown or not. So, what a huge play. And then, Peyton's he's been having an outstanding year, and again, just in the most critical moments, they caught a long pass on the sideline, on their sideline. We're in a cover two, and he's coming for the ball, and the receiver caught it right in front of him, and just a little bit off. So, but otherwise, he's been playing really, really well. Good football here lately, and what a huge play, in the game. Everybody in the stadium probably knew it was going to go, to the slot right there. Great play he made on the ball.
Speaking of Kip Lewis, 7 tackles, couple of sacks. One of them, maybe the biggest defensive play of the game on that final drive. Just a tremendous performance by him.
Yeah, he's having another great year. Super disruptive, loves to play, loves to compete. I don't know where he gets all the energy. If you looked at him outside of his pads, he don't look like much. And I'm always worried he's just going to, just run out of gas. But he really plays with tremendous passion. He's got great instincts. He's got a game speed that gets him to a whole nother level from a speed and explosive and a disruptive standpoint. And but he's really a guy that in all of the crevices of game day, of a locker room, of a huddle out there on the field when it's just the 11 guys against the world, man, the passion that he's playing with and that he leads with brings out the best in everybody. And hard to put a value on that, but really cool to see him having one of those kind of years.
No R. Mason. You needed Taylor Wine to have a big night.
Jaden Jackson was out of it.
Jaden Jackson's limping around out there. Taylor Wine gets a forced fumble on a sack. He blocks a kick.
Yeah.
In a 2-point game, he blocks a field goal. Your boy Wine Time came up big again.
So Coach Deacon, really, he had that little scheme.
We're going to break it down here.
Yeah. Oh, good. Well, their guard had, some of the things he was doing fundamentally. We really felt like we had an opportunity to get our hands on one. And Taylor's a long 6'5" guy, and did a great job from a timing and a technique standpoint to be able to deflect that ball there. And as you said, man, in a 2-point game, man, every play has magnitude. And I've always said, we've said as a defensive staff that you can judge a team by how they play the PAT field goal block. You know, whether it's just an extra point or it's a field goal. Do they take the play off? Or are they playing with great pride and high standards? And so it's not always been perfect for us, but it's something that we try to emphasize a lot, and for us to be a little uncommon, you know, in how we attack that. And boy, was that a huge play. And again, I'm just looking for knockback and effort and strain. Yeah. You know, as opposed to ho-hum, they scored, or, you know, what are we going to be able to do? You know, blocking the kick is hard or whatever. And so it's a mindset, and what a huge play it was in the game. Yeah. But proud of Taylor, man.
The forced fumble was a huge play, too.
He does a great job. He had a great get off, does a swipe rip, and it makes a hard right-hand turn, you know, and the quarterback is getting ready to wind up and just puts his face, you know, on there right at the right time and, you know, strips the ball out. And I think Kendall Daniels on the ball there for create a short field, but Taylor's played really, really well. Maybe, you know, arguably as good as we've had anybody on defense play all year. And I just love the development piece, you know, because he's worked really incredibly hard for, you know, the level that he's playing at right now.
Should be all SEC. If you're a voter out there, Taylor Wine should be all SEC. We're going to illustrate some of these biggest plays we've been talking about with Coach Venables right over there when we come back on Sooner Football with Brent Venables.
Sooner Football with Brent Venables is brought to you by Taco Mayo. Tap the app and save up to 25% today. Air Comfort Solutions. Your total home solution for plumbing, heating, air conditioning, and electrical. Make the winning call today. One Oklahoma, powered by Sooner Sports Properties. Fan-fueled, athlete-focused. Coach Venables' Film Breakdown is brought to you by Community Coffee. Family-owned Community Coffee, the official brewed coffee of OU Athletics. Taste the difference family makes.
All right, welcome back to Sooner Football with Brent Venables. This segment, the Telestration segment, brought to you by Community Coffee. We're going to take a look at some of the biggest plays from OU's 23-21 win over Alabama. Let's start with maybe the biggest, the Eli Bowen pick six here in the first quarter.
All right, we've started out here. They've got an empty set here, and they're doing something that they hadn't done before. They're motioning to a 4x1 empty set here, and they have a little screen and go action off of it. And so we're going to a 3D simulated pressure where we're trying to draw the center this way here to the field. And then we're dropping the end in the field hook, and the Mike backer's going to help out with 3 on the bender here. Okay, 3 up the middle here, and he's dropping out in the hook. And then we're replacing with the safety down where the backer left from here. So Kip's going through the A gap, and we felt that this would have an opportunity to be there, and the ball's going to come out really quick as a result. And so we're playing a 3 deep, so you're playing with zone eyes here. And Eli, as you see here, he's watching the ball like a receiver would. And the pressure creates, you know, a poor throw from a timing standpoint and accuracy standpoint. They're trying to run a little slant route back here off the backside of 4x1. You know, a lot of people flood their coverage over here and give some easy access on this backside hole and the empty in those 4x1 sets. And we happen to be dropping the guy down. So I think a combination of the pressure and then the spin down safety kind of threw him off a little bit. And I just love how we turn into blockers here. You know, we're looking for somebody here. Everybody's turning and trying to find their work. And so we grade this, and we give extra point production when you actually make an attempt to go block somebody on these.
And he's not going to get there, but even Jaden Jackson's trying to go help out.
Yeah, well, he knows he's going to get some points on this. And again, you fight for your teammates here. It's how you go, you know, you go score touchdowns. You create big-time field position for your guys. And we spent a lot of time overcoaching 2 weeks ago at Tennessee, where we had 2 that had chances to be returned for touchdowns because one guy didn't get his guy, or they assumed that it didn't matter, and then we got tackled. So I just love the strain. What a great run back here. I'm going to go to this end zone here. And so they got 5 guys, and we present 6 guys up front. And so in our world, we're hoping that they can't be right. And then we're going to drop, and we're only rushing 4. And but we get the errant throw, and then does a really good job. Robert's going to block a few people, but look at the block here by Marvin. David Stone immediately turns. Kip's getting ready to come back. And this is not necessarily common, if you will. And Kip's waving him here. He's trying to wave him on here. And then Robert goes, after he blocks one, he turns around, and then 97 comes over and blocks another guy here. Marvin Jones does. So he blocked two guys. Robert ends up blocking two right here. And even Owen Heineke kind of shields the running back. And then Eli reverses the field. What great effort, though, you know. I was watching this just out of respect there. Just that's what it looks like, too, on their side.
Yeah.
You know, fighting for every inch, too. But immediately I'm like, hey, man, we got to get back on defense. So go get some Kool-Aid over there and get your butt ready to go.
All right, let's jump ahead to the second quarter now. This is the second forced turnover, and it comes off the punt.
Great job here. And again, we just made a lot of emphasis, man. We got to win the turnover battle. And we actually, in front of the team, showed a highlight video of Alabama. How did they become the #1 team in the SEC with turnover margin? Well, we put a highlight tape together of Alabama with a lot of TV copies, not the coach copy that's a little boring, but TV copies. And, punching at the ball, being violent, attacking the ball, and just being super intentional about that. But I love the strain here, here by the Sooners. All right, just outstraining guys down the field. That's #1 for me. And I really felt like we had a big advantage going into this game in the special teams if we just were who we have been, you know, this year and played clean football, taking care of it. But they got Ryan Williams back there, and they got Cole Adams from Tulsa. He's back there as well. So they got two return guys back there, and they're trying to get Ryan Williams started. He'll make a few guys miss. But look at the effort here. So Hardy has him. We're trying to make the return man. If we're doing our job, we're not allowing him to go north and south. We have him to stop, start. And we'll rally and get him. But so Hardy ends up missing the tackle there, right? But he comes all the way back here, and on the way to ground, it's always the guy that you don't see. And he comes in there and punches it out. And so excellent job here. And what another great punt. Grayson Miller has just been an All-American for us. I love the strain here. Day trying to win his matchup and watch him fight, strain. We miss him here, but again, we're making him go east and west, and that's what you want to do. And then here comes Hardy here, #1, and he peanut punches this, what we call peanut punch. And we watch several different teams, a lot of NFL teams.
Chicago Bear, peanut.
The old peanut punch. And punches it out there. And so what a great physical play. That's a physical play. Yeah. And then we're able to, get on the ball here and create a short field for our offense.
Danny Omasigo digs it out. All right, last play. Let's look at the block field goal right before half.
Yep, so Coach Deacon had this one. We knew that probably this is a one-hitter after we jumped over them, the one time. They'll probably maybe fix some of the A-gap issues that they had there, but really felt we would have a great opportunity. We worked this all week and what this looked like, what you can do, what you have to do within the rules. You have to be 1 yard of the line of scrimmage, and then you can't jump on anybody else's back, like your own teammate's back, to catapult you up. And but Taylor's a great athlete, and there's a timing mechanism to all of it, so you can get your hands up, and he ricochets that ball. I don't know if it would have went in anyway, don't know, but what a great play that was in a 2-point win. That field goal mattered right before half.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, so here he is, just from a timing standpoint, and just look how athletic. That's a 6'5.5" guy that's 275 pounds, and then to get the hand up there to ricochet that thing, what a great play.
That him frozen in midair is going to make a great picture on a wall somewhere in the coach's office
Wine time
someday. Well, he wanted everybody to know, too, he got a piece of it. He's running down the field saying,
no doubt,
I got a piece. He would force a fumble later in the game as well. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll look ahead to next week's matchup with Missouri here on Sooner Football with Brent Venables, brought to you by Integris Health.
The opponent breakdown is brought to you by One Oklahoma. Powered by Sooner Sports Properties. Fan-fueled, athlete-focused.
Welcome back to Sooner Football with Brent Venables, brought to you by Integris Health. We're going to look ahead at next week's opponent now. This segment sponsored by One Oklahoma, powered by Sooner Sports Properties, fan-fueled, athlete-focused. Mizzou coming up next. That, of course, means Ahmad Hardy, top running back in the SEC this year. This is a bit of a unique challenge for you defensively.
Yeah, the way they run the ball, it's unlike any other team in the conference, and they do a really good job play design, their structures. Ahmad Hardy is a fantastic player, and then his backup is right there with him. I mean, they're both low to the ground, great center of gravity, hard to knock off their feet, run with power, great speed, catch the ball out of the backfield. Again, they got a really good play action game and a really talented roster. Coach Drinkwitz has done a nice job. I've complimented their defense to our offensive staff several times this year, watching them, some of the crossover stuff. They're really well coached. I think maybe the defensive coordinator coached with the defensive coordinator at Alabama for several years at South Alabama, and Coach Womack. So they come from the same tree, super well disciplined. Again, they've got good packages, their sub packages as well, but they've got a really, really good roster. Excellent defensive ends and defensive tackles, linebackers that can go sideline to sideline. And again, going to be a great challenge for us, but it's going to be great. I would just challenge our fans. This is going to be like a playoff game. I mean, this is for us. I mean, that's how we're treating it. There is no playoff without this playoff. And I'm sure Missouri's treating it, the same way. And but 11 a.m. kick, man, we need the Palace to be rocking. Can be a huge impact in the game. Will be a huge impact in the game. And again, I know our players are excited about getting back here and finishing their last couple of games with this team in the stadium. With again the kind of opponent Missouri is going to be a great challenge and be a lot of fun.
Atmosphere is going to be electric. Congratulations
on
a great win, Coach.
It.
We'll take a break. We'll take a look at the highlights of Oklahoma's 23-21 win over Alabama next. You're watching Sooner Football with Brent Venables.
Thank you to our cornerstone television partners, OU Health, OG&E, Fowler Auto Group, and Coca-Cola. We want to thank all of our Sooner Radio Network affiliates across the state and region. Fans can check out Soonersports.com for an affiliate in your area. And if you're traveling outside the state of Oklahoma, you can listen to all the action on either Sirius XM Radio or download the Varsity Network app and listen free.
Welcome back to Sooner Football with Brent Venables. Let's take a look now back at the highlights of OU's 23-21 win over Alabama. And I'm joined by my Sooner Radio crew, Teddy Lehman, Chris Plank, and Gabe Eicher.
Oklahoma has won the toss, Toby, and they have decided to defer until the second half.
It's Oklahoma and Alabama in Tuscaloosa. Here we go. Tate Sandell approaches the football toe to leather, and we are underway on a Saturday afternoon in Alabama. It comes down to Lottie Brooks, and he'll return it. 5-10 comes midfield. He's to the 15, tries to stretch it outside, and he's ushered out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Simpson claps his hands. He will hand it off. First run for Jam Miller up the middle, met by Kip Lewis after a gain of only 2, maybe 3. It'll be 3rd and 7. Here comes the first third down of it. They've completed 48% on the year in third down. Back to pass, deep drop. Simpson has time. Steps up, caught from behind, and he's dropped. Tried to escape, and he couldn't get away from Marvin Jones. And the OU defense starts with a 3-and-out. Dowd on his own 9. Snap back. Dowd got it away. Line drive kick toward the near sideline. Satania, no fair catch. Caught it at the 28. He's hit, but he breaks the tackle. 30. The return, 35. Dances outside. He's got room. Watch out. There goes Isaiah. 50, 45, 40. Met by traffic. 35, and he's wrapped up at the Alabama 30. No flags on the field. The first big play of the game is an Isaiah Satania punt return. Xavier Robinson at running back with Jaron Kanik in front of him as a blocker. Snap. Play action. Mateer over the middle. That's caught. Deion Brooks at the 20. Breaks a tackle to the 15. Dives his head forward near the 11-yard line. From the 12. 3 wide receivers. Mateer. Handoff. Robinson running left. He's at the 10. Plows into some Alabama defenders at the 9 and push back there for the opening points of the game. Snap back. Hold is down. Kick is away, and it is good. That's 19 straight for Sandell. And Oklahoma strikes first in Tuscaloosa. All right, from the 25, Alabama. 3 wides, the tight end Cuevas. The back Miller, back to pass Simpson. Sooners bring pressure. He's wrapped up, dropped in the backfield. Kip Lewis got him back inside the 20. The first sack of the day. 2nd and 18. Quick throw out to the perimeter. That's caught behind the 20. It's stacked up and dropped for no gain. Ryan Williams caught it right at the line of scrimmage. Owen Heineke up to make the stop. Simpson's got it. Fakes the handoff. Back to pass. Line closing in on him. He throws to Hill in the backfield. Blown up. Ball's loose. And the Sooners have, well, it's still rolling around. And it went out of bounds, I believe. Oh, boy. Kobe McKenzie tried to pick it up rather than fall on it. See if we look at this again.
Well, if no one recovers it, it goes back to where he fumbled
on the
ball,
field
correct?
Is an incomplete forward pass. The previous play is under video
on
review.
fourth down, that's true.
After video review, it is a catch and a fumble recovered by Alabama at the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 at that spot.
Man in motion is Hill. There's the snap. Quick throw across the middle. Intercepted! Eli Bowen's got it. 20 on the return. 30. Only one man to beat. He's at midfield. It's a race. There goes Bowen. 30. Cuts near side. Still on his feet. 20 at the 10. They're not going to get him. Pick 6. They did it to him again. Pick 6. This time Eli Bowen. Touchdown Sooners. Oh, mama.
Dial up the blitz and put the pressure on Ty Simpson, and he throws the errant pass. And we had a guy right there. I don't know who it was. Robert Spears Jennings was there to make the hit, but just an overthrown ball. And Eli Bowen, really good job and a great job by the defense getting out in front and getting the blocks that you need. Couple of great cuts and finds the end zone. Incredible. Out of this look as well.
There's the snap. He trips and falls. So does Jam Miller. He's going to lob it downfield. He's got a wide open tight end inside the 20, inside the 10-yard line. You got to be kidding me. 2nd and 10. 11:57 to go second quarter. Simpson's got it. He will hand it off. Jam Miller up the middle, stood up at the 9-yard line. That's as far as he'll get. Less than a yard is what they need. Handoff Hill up the middle, and he got to push into the end zone outside for an Alabama touchdown. Williams. Adams in front of Williams. Snap back to Grayson Miller. There's the boot. That one's better. Spiraling toward the near sideline. Williams retreats inside the 20. Takes it. No fair catch. Comes back near side. Now he tries to go far. Dancing between tacklers. Up across the 25. Tackled at the 30. Ball's out. Loose on the field. Who's got it? Sooners say they've got it. Sooners sideline says they've got it, but no official agrees with them yet. Sammy Omosigho up out of the pile, and Oklahoma's got the football.
I mean, he was dipping and dodging guys, and, you know, that ball starts to get away from the body a little bit the more traffic you go through, and I don't know what it was. I haven't seen yet the hit that jarred it loose, but really good job. Oh, wow.
It was Jaden Hardy that punched it in front of our broadcast position here. 9:34 to go second quarter. Handoff X. Trips. He comes back. Satania. Flea flicker back to Mateer. Throws near side. Caught by Kanik at the sticks. He gets it inside the 20. Woo. Burke's in motion. Now trips left. Mateer's going to run it himself to the right. To the 20. Steps over defenders. 15. He's to the 10. He's to the 5. Spinning still. Touchdown! John Mateer. Touchdown! John Mateer carries it 20 yards into the end zone. And the snap. Back to pass. Simpson. Across the middle. Dumped wide open. The tight end Cuevas, and he'll walk into the end zone. Josh Cuevas. 25-yard touchdown pass. Lock in the backfield with Mateer. There's the snap. They bring 4. Mateer steps up. Dancing around. Surrounded. Got it off to Blaylock. Flag down. Incomplete.
There is no foul on the play for offensive face mask. It'll be 4th down.
He grabbed it right in front of the official. How's it not a face mask?
Here's a look. Yanze Pierre.
Definitely. I mean, it hits the face mask and glances down, and whether or not he grabbed it and pulled on it, I don't know.
On 2nd and 10, Sooners bring a blitz. Simpson backpedaling, lobs down the near sideline, incomplete. This looked like he threw it to an empty part of the field. In motion, Bernard. Snap, Simpson. They bring a blitz. Steps up, throws down the near sideline for Bernard. Comeback catch is made, and I believe he got a foot in. He did not. They're saying incomplete. He was juggling it.
Owen rather puts
it out.
Hand right on that football.
Yeah, what the crowd is not realizing is he hits the ground and the ball goes flying out of his hands.
Really good job by Eli Bowen. Excellent play. I mean, he slaps right on that football.
Seconds to go in the half. Simpson all alone in the backfield. Man in motion, Cuevas. Keep an eye on him. There's the snap. Sooners bring a blitz. Simpson, it got picked up. He's got time. Comes back. Caught. That's Horton at the 35. Tackled inbounds with 7 seconds. Snap a little high. It's brought down. Kick is away. Line drive, and it is no good. He shaked it. Taylor Wine is acting like he got a piece of it, and maybe he did.
He jumped over the center.
The lead to the locker room.
He jumped over the center, Toby, to get a piece of that, I think. Unreal by 44.
Sooner Football with Brent Venables is brought to you by Riverwind Casino, the official entertainment destination of OU Athletics. OU Fan Shop. The best place to gear up for game day is shop.soonersports.com. Sooner Kids Club. Log on to Soonersports.com/kids for information about joining the Kids Club presented by OG&E and brought to you in part by Devon Energy.
"30 minutes of football left here in Tuscaloosa tonight. There's the kickoff. Headed toward the end zone. It'll be a touchback right into the line. In motion, Satania. They're going to hand him the ball on a jet sweep. Weaves between defenders, 25 to the 30. Splits defenders, 35. Still turning to the 40. Still moving to the 45. Blaylock in at running back. Mateer's got it. 4-man rush. Steps up. Breaks a defender. Goes downfield. Caught by Satania. First down at the Alabama 40. And he takes it to the 36. Sooners go empty. Mateer looks right. Throws short. Jermichael Carter caught it. Hit immediately at the 30. 52 yards. Sandell. There's the snap. Hold is down. Kick is away. It's got plenty of distance, and it is good again. He's 7 for 7 from 50 yards this year. Now Simpson wants the football, and he's got it. Inside handoff. Hill over the right side with room. 30, bounced it outside. 35 first down. Down the sidelines, 45. Midfield, shoved down by Eli Bowen. Biggest run of the day for Bama right there. Tight end Cuevas in motion. Simpson's got it. He will hand it off to Hill, who runs left, and he goes nowhere this time. Dropped for a loss in the backfield. Owen Heineke first to him. Simpson's got it. Sooners bring 4. Dumps it out to the perimeter. Caught by Cuevas, who jumped over a guy down the sidelines, 35-30, and folded in half inside the 30-yard line. In motion, Cuevas, right to left. Simpson's got it. Straight drop, going to fire end zone, far sideline. It is caught and out of bounds, short of the goal line. Isaiah Horton. Snap, he'll run it himself left, and he's into the end zone, touchdown. He got popped pretty good at the goal line, but Blaylock in the backfield. Mateer fakes the handoff, going to throw again, deep drop, does across the middle, good comeback catch. Jermichael Carter on the run, 45, and he's down to the 48, or up to the 48-yard line.
Great poise.
Sooners go tempo. Mateer, far sideline pass, caught by Jermichael Carter. Tough catch on the far sideline to the Alabama 46. To right. Simpson in the shotgun, asks for the football. He's got it. Straight drop. Throws near side, caught out of the backfield by Hill, the back, who stumbled to the ground. Simpson's got it. Inside handoff, Hill over the right side, popped at the line of scrimmage, but able to back his way for a couple out to the 27. There's the snap. 4-man rush, looks middle, throws middle. It is incomplete, too high for Bernard this time. Grayson Miller, full leg into this one. Booming punt, driving punt. Williams backpedaling to the 10, back to the 7. He'll bring it. Dances outside, stretched out, got a ways to the 15, and tackled in the open field by Taylor Heim, shy of the 20. Running back shift. Simpson now has it. Handoff Miller, sweeping left.
Hold.
There's a hold, no call. Going to be a short gain to the 31. Sooner bench erupts with Simpson on 2nd and 9. Simpson's got it. He'll roll right. Looking to throw back left. He threw it into the ground for a first down from the 31. Simpson's got it. Sooners bring pressure. Looking middle, under pressure, hit as he throws, ball's out, spinning around on the ground, and the Sooners have it. Kendall Daniels falls on it. Oklahoma forces their third turnover of the day.
And if you thought Taylor Wine was just a big thumper out on the edge, he's got a little thing to show for you. That was an excellent rush there. Got to him in a hurry.
Huge play. I'm trying to decide between Wine Time and Taylor Made. We'll make that decision later.
The plus 28-yard line. Keeper Mateer runs left, trying to get to the corner, turns it up, 25. He got 3. Snap, Mateer. They bring pressure. Looking end zone near side. Satania wrestling, and a flag flies from every corner of Tuscaloosa. This will be PI. High drama in the SEC. They're going to say no gain. 4 fingers in the air.
This is the end.
We go to the final
quarter.
stanza at Bryant-Denny Stadium. 21-20, Alabama leads it. Oklahoma second and goal from the 10 when we come back. Mateer's got it. He will hand it off. Blaylock up the middle. Crashed at the 7. He stumbles his way, I believe, down to the 6. It'll be third and goal from there. In motion. Snap. Mateer looks right. Wants to run it himself. Bounced it outside. And he's wrapped up in the backfield and tackled at the 6-yard line. 13:45 to go in the 4th. Snap back. Hold is down. Kick is away. And it is good again. Simpson's got it. He hands it off again. Running right. Strung out.
Play.
Popped. Boy, Reggie Powers almost forced another turnover. He's got it. Back to pass. Looks right. Pulls it down. Met in the backfield, and he is sacked. Davon Jordan. Where did he come from?
Absolutely beats Daniel Hill, who was sitting there waiting to sort things out, was on his heels.
Mateer's got the shotgun snap. Looks left. Throws left. Caught. Giovanni Gibson at the 40. Has the first down. He falls to the 41. Mateer's got it. Looks left, throws quickly. That's caught. Gibson first down, 45-40 into Alabama territory, and he's wrapped up there. Mateer surveys the defense, takes the football. Handoff X, dances left, pushes up the middle, falls forward. There's the snap. Mateer's going to run it himself. Dances away in the backfield, tries to get outside. Stiff arm, 35, makes a plant, comes back midfield to the 34. Satania right to left. Mateer's got it. They bring a blitz. Mateer backpedaling, throws it, and he just threw it away. Into the feet of a defender. He was under pressure.
And Satania's right there. Is he in the area? That's debatable. I would call it intentional grounding if it were up to me.
Intentional grounding. Offense, number 10. The ball be placed at the spot of the foul. Loss of down. 4th down.
Here, 22 years ago, but they're going to punt it. Grayson Miller, high with spiral toward the far sideline. It'll bounce at the 5, goes sideways, and it's down at the 6-yard line by Owen Heineke. Simpson ready for the football. He's got it. Straight drop. Under pressure immediately. Dancing around. He throws as he's fallen to the ground. Oh, and it falls incomplete. He just got rid of it. He slung it out in the direction of Ryan Williams.
As the quarterback's knee was down.
It's a sack. Back to the 33. It's an 11-yard loss. His knee was down. 1:46 to go. Clock runs. 21. Simpson back to pass. Has time. Looks middle. Still has time. Pats the football. Comes back near side, and it is short-hopped it. He had Isaiah Horton, but he short-hopped him. Snap. Simpson looks left. Throws out to the left. It's broken up. Incomplete. Peyton Bowen knocked it down. Peyton Bowen knocked it down. Alabama's got an Oklahoma problem.
How about the defense coming through? It looked like they're on their heels. First half, Ty Simpson carving them up, and they come out in the second half and just put together an unbelievable performance down the stretch.
The Sooners beat Bama in back-to-back years, and it's over now. Mateer hits a knee. Final score in Tuscaloosa, Oklahoma 23 and Alabama 21. Oh, mama.
Wow, what a night in Tuscaloosa. Thank you for watching this week's edition of Sooner Football with Brent Venables, brought to you by Integris Health. This week, the Missouri Tigers visit Owen Field for